Hello and welcome to our latest unboxing video. I'm Eliza here at the Hatfield Public Library, and I have a box of new adult books, mix of fiction and nonfiction. It's a really big box. I might not get through the whole thing, but I'm going to do my best. Starting with Steve Berry, The Atlas Maneuver, a Cotton Malone novel. Here he is on the back, and these are sort of, I think, adventures, historical mystery thriller adventures. I have a memoir, One Way Back, by Christine Blasey Ford, who famously testified against Brett Kavanaugh about sexual assault. So this is her story. Another memoir, I Heard Her Call My Name, beautiful title. This is a memoir of transition by Lucy Sante, who I think transitioned late in life and then writes about their story of 60 years in a man's world. We have Troubled, a memoir of foster care, family, and social class. Wow, that's 3 memoirs in a row. Maybe it's the time of year for memoirs. This is by Rob Henderson, and very well reviewed. It's about growing up in foster care, enlisting in the Air Force, attending elite universities, and sort of how it says how ideas and opinions that confer status on the upper class can inflict costs on the less fortunate. Oh, look at this. This isn't a memoir, but it seems a little personal. Maybe. All in Her Head, The Truth and Lies Early Medicine Taught Us About Women's Bodies and Why It Matters Today. And this is by Elizabeth Comen, MD. This is a subject that's been getting a lot of focus, how a lot of research hasn't focused on women, and some assumptions about women's health have been based on stuff that doesn't even make sense anymore. So I guess, a collective narrative of women's bodies and a call to action. Oh, interesting. I forgot. I think this is written. Wait, is this the one? There was one that's written by multiple people. Oh, but maybe this isn't it. But it does say a collective narrative. Um, but it sounds like it's written mostly by one woman, all in her head. Parenting Anxious Kids, Understanding Anxiety in Children by Age and Stage by Regine Galanti, PhD. Yeah, and this is based on CBT, which is I think cognitive behavioral therapy. Lots of anxious kids these days. So I think parents will be interested in that. We have another Daniel Lewis book. This is the author of Northwoods, very, very popular right now. Crazy holds list, just everybody wanting to read this. So this is another book by him, 12 Trees, The Deep Roots of Our Future. The other one, Northwoods, is a novel. This is about traveling around the world to learn about trees. Look at this pretty end paper. Attack from Within, How Disinformation is Sabotaging America by Barbara McQuade. Um, yes. How America is getting polarized by the deliberate spread of misinformation. Barbara McQuade, former U.S. Attorney General. I was starting to think maybe this is a nonfiction box, but then I remembered we had the Steve Berry. So it's definitely a mix. And now we have another novel, finally, Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. So I was at book club, which I love, the library book club, and multiple book club members were raving about this book. And I realized I didn't even have it for the library. And it says, what if you thought you murdered your best friend, and if everyone thought so too? Does the truth matter? Ooh, yikes. Yikes. And there's also a crime podcast with a good looking host. I think I'm going to read it. I've got to follow the advice of my book club people. The Perfect Passion Company by Alexander McCall Smith, writer of Cozy Mysteries, very popular, very reliably bringing more out. I love that this is this very accessible paperback. So it's a woman who manages a company that helps connect lonely people with love. I guess date. Maybe that's just a nice way to say it. Yeah, the perfect passion company. We have a new Chris Bohjalian, the Princess of Las Vegas. The princess is fake. The murders are real. Wow. That's a good tagline. And he is so popular that I feel like I don't even need to people are just going to want this no matter what it's about, but very good tagline. So this is about a woman who performs at night in a musical cabaret inspired by the life of the late Diana Spencer. And then she gets to just hang out all day, in the pool, but she takes some drugs. And then her sister arrives in town. Hmm. The Phoenix Crown, Kate Quinn and Janie Chang. So Kate Quinn, very popular historical fiction, I think mysteries. I've never seen her writing with someone else before, so that's exciting. And it looks like this one takes place during the San Francisco earthquake, and has some characters in Chinatown, and some elsewhere in San Francisco. How to Solve Your Own Murder. Very intriguing title. Gives you chills. By Kristen Perrin. So it says Frances Adams always said she'd be murdered, and she was right. Oh my gosh. So it's about a woman who's a fortune teller tells her she's going to be murdered, and she spends her life trying to solve the crime that hasn't happened yet. And then in her 60s, she actually is murdered. We have James by Percival Everett, Pulitzer Prize finalist. Ooh, they put that right on the front. But maybe he'll get it someday. I've definitely heard about this book. Brilliant reimagining of Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, harrowing, ferociously funny. This is definitely getting a lot of good reviews. Yeah, it says he's a literary icon. I mean, you really have to be if you're going to rewrite Huckleberry Finn. We have a new Lisa Scottoline, The Truth About the Devlins. Da 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 da. Um, this sounds like a sort of domestic suspense thriller. We have What Happened to Nina by Dervla McTiernan. I've read a few of her books. This cover has a very different look than her other books. I think the other ones were called like The Scholar and the Murder Rule. I don't think I read the Murder Rule, but I definitely have read something by her. But it's definitely going for a new vibe, an emotional novel of suspense about two families at war. Oh, okay. So this is about a couple, they're dating, the woman disappears, and then the boy's family is trying to protect him from murder charges, while the girl's family is trying to figure out what is going on. Um, let's see. The Turtle House by Amanda Churchill. Moving between late 90s small town Texas to pre World War II Japan and occupied Tokyo, an emotional literary debut about a grandmother and granddaughter who connect over a beloved lost place and secrets. Of course, there are secrets. I'm pretty sold on this. I definitely am going to have to remember this for book club because I feel like this is exactly the kind of book that we like for book club. But so my box isn't quite finished, but I am almost at 10 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and finish another time. Bye.